Olukemi, Shonibare, Director, Nursing Services, Lagos State, Ministry of Health. I want to wish all nurses in Lagos State, all nurses in Nigeria, Nigerian nurses in diaspora, and nurses globally a happy International Nurses Day celebration on the 12th of May 2022. Now, this is our day, and since the year 2020, that the year was declared as the year of the nurses and midwives, it brought us to the limelight, and hence there is need for us to make up our mind to be a voice. But before I go on, I want to appreciate my employer, and that is the Governor of Lagos State, Mr. Governor, Mr. Babajide, am I editing? Yes. Mr. Babajide Olushola Sanwo-Olu. That's my employer, an energetic, dynamic leader. I want to appreciate the First Lady, Dr. Mrs. Ibijoke Claudiana Sanwo-Olu, for her support for nurses in Lagos State, evidenced by her presence at my son's wedding last month. Mama, I really appreciate you, ma. You surprised me, and I know that you are just trying to show to nurses that you do care for us. I want to appreciate my Honorable Commissioner for Health, Professor Akin Abayomi, an energetic, you can never believe his age. He's always on the field, always on the move. You will not lose your reward, sir, for all your efforts for the health sector in Lagos State. And my immediate boss, Dr. Olusegun Ogboye, is a man of the people. He is an exemplary leader, always ready to listen and to see the way we can brainstorm and make the health sector to move forward in Lagos State. My peers, kudos, sir. And for the nurses, I still want to appreciate all the heads of agencies, all the permanent secretaries, the medical officers of health, all our MDs, the CMD of LASUT, for all that you are doing for nurses in Lagos State. It cannot be overemphasized that we appreciate all that you have done for us. But as Oliver Twist, we are still asking you to do more for us, because nurses are well trained, they are hot cakes in the international market, and we want them to have a more conducive working environment so that they can be retained in the system. And I also look forward to a time when Lagos State will be the UK and the US in Nigeria, where nurses all over Nigeria will be rushing to seek for employment. Yeah, we are well able and positioned to be such. I want to appreciate the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria this day, 12th of May 2022, for your proactiveness and all that you are doing. We have the record that Nursing and Midwifery Council is one of the best regulatory agencies in the health sector, with your policies and implementations of things to make us remain #1 regulatory body in Africa. I want to thank the National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives, both federal, national body, and the state NAM chairman. You are trying your best, but we still want more from the association. You cannot afford to be quiet. And my nurse leaders in Lagos State, I want to thank you for how collaboratively we have been able to work together. But I still want to say that we cannot rest on our oars. There's still a lot for us to achieve for nurses in Lagos State. Thank you very much for the support you have given so far. Because DNS, Shonibare cannot do it all alone. I want to appreciate the executives of Lagos Nursing and Midwifery Committee. You are fantastic. And there's still a lot more for us to do. There's a big room for improvement. Now, talking about the slogan for the year, nursing to make a voice in the health sector, and for us to see areas of investment. I want to start by saying that nurses must learn to invest in themselves. Because if you don't build your own personal capacity as an individual, as a nurse, as a registered nurse, in your own specialty, you must prove to us that you have something to offer. But if you are just waiting for your employer to sponsor you for every seminar, every conference, it may not be that easy to achieve. But let us see. There's no employer that will see that you've done this on your own, you did this on your own, then they will want to encourage you to do more. But when you just assume that it is my employer that's supposed to just build my capacity, you may be missing a point. So, that is for you as an individual nurse. I also want to say that collaboratively, the Nurses Association can also assist in building the capacity of nurses. The Nursing and Midwifery Committee in every state must be made functional, because there are policies at the national level that must be implemented at the state level. And it's only the Nursing and Midwifery Committee that can champion this cause. So as long as the Nursing and Midwifery Committee is not functional, nurses will just be hearing of all these policies and it may not see the light of the day. So there's need for us, and I challenge all directors of nursing in every state, please make your Nursing and Midwifery Committee functional. It's only when it's functional that we'll be able to achieve the 5 subcommittees that are supposed to be on the field working for nurses. And what are these subcommittees? We have the Educational Subcommittee, under which the MCPDP functions. And that is not the only activity they're supposed to do as subcommittee. They're supposed to see to the standard of nursing education in the state and be able also to see to the welfare of the tutors and the students, to be sure that things are running according to the standard that has been put in place by the Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria. So apart from the subcommittee of education, we also have the subcommittee for research. Nurses will still need to come out of our hiding place, not of our complacency about nursing research. It's only research that can make us to move forward. It's only nursing research that can help us to look into the various challenges that we have as nurses. So, the research subcommittee is there. The disciplinary subcommittee is equally very essential. I know that nurse leaders don't like bringing out their nurses for discipline, but in Lagos State we created job for the disciplinary committee, subcommittee, by going after nurses working with expired license, either in the public or in the private. So that is the job of the disciplinary subcommittee. Now we also have the inspectorate subcommittee. The inspectorate subcommittee are meant to ensure that nurses update themselves, evidence with a valid license. So that is the work of this is just one of the various activities of the inspectorate committee. And lastly, the 5th subcommittee is the administrative subcommittee of the Nursing and Midwifery Committee for each state. And what is their duty? Their duties are to ensure that nurses, either in the private or in the public sector, has a model, a nursing model they are trying to use as a springboard for their nursing activities. And they must be able to demonstrate that all that nurses are being taught in schools, all the skills that nurses have acquired in training must be put to use. So if the administrative subcommittee of the Nursing and Midwifery Committee in each state is not functional, then certainly quackery will thrive in such a state. So, on this note, I want to appreciate all nurse leaders, whether in the public, private, or missionary setting. I want to appreciate all that you have been doing, and I still want to encourage you to see that we invest in ourselves, not just personally. We should invest in nursing education. We should invest and ensure that all our training institutions are updated, and that those basic requirements by the Nursing and Midwifery Council are maintained and sustained, because the Nursing and Midwifery Council visits every 2 years for those that have provisional accreditation, and for those that have permanent accreditation. It's not a lifetime accreditation. Nursing Council still visit them after 5 years of permanent accreditation. So we need to invest also in creating different jobs for nurses. Nursing has gone beyond just the clinical area. You have nurses in administrative aspect, you have nurses in health insurance, you have diplomatic nurses, you have nurses in, just name different areas where nurses are needed. Nurses are supposed to be active in all secondary schools that has boarding facilities. They must have the sick bay or health bay, as some call it. Nurses are supposed to man such areas. So, apart from creating jobs, the last thing I want to mention is the challenge of the day, and that is for us to look into how we can retain our nurses. Nurses are moving out of the country en masse. We should be able to do research and know and document what are the key things that are not making nurses in Nigeria to remain in service in Nigeria. It's not just money. I beg to differ that it's just money that is sending nurses out of Nigeria. No. The psychological working environment of nurses must be looked into. And all nurse leaders must work on this. The psychological state of nurses, to ensure that they put in their very best for an average Nigerian, is a thing that we need to look into. Nurses are dynamic people, but the media portray only the few bad eggs amidst us. But there are nurses that will even spend their personal money to assist patients. Nobody is looking after them. There are nurses that there's no time you call on them. They are always available. Such nurses must be encouraged. They are entitled to be encouraged, to be given awards. They are not just there. And nurse leaders, please appreciate those nurses, and not just those nurses that dance around you without being effective in their various units of service. On this note, I want to appreciate all nurses in Nigeria, all Nigerian nurses in diaspora, and all nurses globally. Happy International Nurses Day 2022. God bless you all.
An epitome of humility in service. We are specially ordained for this vocation. Yes, I'm proud to be a nurse.